Using form, function, and events, create a JavaScript program that will ask for two numbers and get their sum. This time, we are not going to make use of prompt, document that right, and alert. What we're going to use are form, function, and events. So let me discuss with you how we're going to do that. So the output should look like this. Okay, so instead of prompt for entering two numbers, we are going to make use of two text boxes. And instead of using alert or document that right to display the sum, again, we're going to make use of a text box. And then what we're going to use is a command button. So when I input two numbers and I click this command button, it should automatically display the sum in this text box. So here is the code. Let me discuss with you one by one. So we have here opening form tag and closing form tag. Remember that all form and form elements must always have a name. That's why I have here form name equals addition. So as you can see, addition will not appear in the browser. This is just a name of the form. They are very essential once we start coding the program. So if you want to make this program work, we will be using the name of the form and the form elements. Okay? So we have here enter the first number. So this is the code. We do not need any more HTML tag. Just type there, enter the first number. And then we are going to make use of a tag input and then the type. So the type allows you to choose which form element you are going to use. Will it be a text box like this, a button like this, or a radio button or checkboxes and others? Okay, so in this case, the input type that we're going to use is a text box. So what we're going to put here is input type equals text. And then, again, as I've mentioned to you, it's very important to put names for every form and form elements that we are going to use. So let's name this text box as num1. Again, num1 will not appear in the browser. This is just a name of the text box. This will be very essential once we start coding the program for this to work, for this program to work. Okay, and then we have here another attribute which is value, and we set it to 0. If you want to put any text to any form elements, you are going to use the value attribute. Okay, so say for example, I'll change this to 5. So I'll save, file save, and then refresh. So this value will become 5. Okay, so let's return it to its original value, which is 0. Because we want that the initial value of this is 0. Okay, so we bring it back to 0. And then we have here another enter the second number. So this is this part. And then we made use again of a text box. We have here input, type, and then text. So if we use text, automatic, it creates a text box. The name of this text box will be num2. And again, num2 will not appear in the browser. This is just the name of this text box number 2. Then again, we set the value to 0 so that this appears here. And then we type here sum. This is where we're going to display the result. And again, we made use of text box. That's why we have here sum, this one, and then input type text. So this is the text box again. This time, the name of this is sum. The name of this text box is sum with a value again of 0. And the last form element that we're going to use is a command button. So I have here input type. This time, the form element that we're going to use is button. So this is what is going to appear. And then let's name it as answer. Again, the answer will not appear in the browser. This is just the name of the button. And then if you want to type something on the form element, you put it in value. You set it in the value. So I have here calculate. So if it's up to you if you want to change it. Say for example, I'll put compute. So file, save, then refresh. This becomes compute. Okay, so this is how you're going to code this so that these form elements will appear. So if we type something, 5, and then 3, and then I click the compute button, nothing will happen yet. Why do you think so? Because we have not yet created a code for this to compute. What we just did is to create a layout using form elements. We just put the elements where the text or the numbers will be inputted and where the answer will also be displayed.